In this video, I'm going to show you how to build an amazing converting landing page in LeadPages from scratch. So I'm inside my LeadPages account right now, and I'm on the screen where it's showing all the landing pages I've built. So if I want to create a new landing page, I'm going to go to the top right, and there's this big button that says Create New Landing Page. And sometimes they're going to give you tutorials when you're just starting out, but I'm just going to skip it because I've already done a lot of this stuff. And what you want to do is you want to start by picking a template. Now, the cool thing that LeadPages has is they have a lot of different variations of filtering for picking the right template. So if you're in the automotive industry, there's templates. If you're in health and wellness, there's templates for you. So let's say I was going to do this yoga one. Let's say I was doing like a lead magnet to get more leads for whatever your business is. I do this for a lot of different things. So like I market my music and I have a lead magnet for my music fans or new music fans. And I also do it for clients, for my agency, for landscaping, therapy services, and lots of other stuff where people are booking calls where they click a button and they go to another page to book a call. So there's a lot of different ways you can set up your sales funnel and your landing page with LeadPages. So I'm just going to pick this one because I think it's a good template. And let's pretend we're promoting some sort of health product or yoga product. I'm just going to say yoga lead magnet. You want to describe what the page is, and if it's really specific for like a specific audience, that would be good. Like if you're just going to do 45 to 55, women with back pain, maybe. Like this will tell you exactly the types of people that might be viewing this landing page. And so if you have a lot of different landing pages, you can tell which audience is resonating best with which landing page. If you send everybody to the same landing page, what's going to happen is you're going to get poorer results than if you just split it up. So I highly recommend, you don't have to build like a billion pages off the bat, but be willing to build 2 or 3. And once you build one, you can copy it and just change the text. And it's super easy with LeadPages. I highly recommend that if you want to have a more personal experience and you want to get more conversions, more success, and so you don't have to waste time and more money, and you can just convert people. So let's just say this one's 45 to 55 women with back pain. And the goal is to give them a lead magnet showing them how to solve that back pain with yoga. So I'm not going to change the graphic, but this is the editor that we enter into with LeadPages. So as you can see the page. There's a little help button here if you want to get more help on how to do things, which is pretty cool. And then you can scroll in here to see what changes there are. So when you mouse over any of these widgets, you can actually edit them. So for instance, if I wanted to edit this text and I wanted to say, instead of free guide 50 yoga poses for balance, I could say free guide maybe something that's benefit driven. So like eliminate 93% of back pain with 50 over 50 simple poses. So what this is doing is it's drawing attention to the benefit. And that is really important when you're doing a landing page because people don't buy off of features, they buy off of benefits. And what I've learned from my copywriting trainings and work is that you definitely don't want to just say, well, the benefit is that you're going to be in more shape. Well, what does that do for you, right? It eliminates that back pain. That's what they came here for. And more importantly, eliminate the back pain so you can spend more time with your grandkids or go to the beach with your spouse. Those are the real benefits of doing something like this. It's the outcomes. So always focus on the outcomes. The more graphics you have, it's going to distract people. So you can have a logo. I have some on mine. It's something you can test. For now, I'm just going to get rid of it with no real bias to why. I just kind of want to make it simpler is really the goal. What I like about this design is it's very spatial and it's cool. I'm not a designer, and that's why I use a tool like LeadPages because they have great templates and it saves me a lot of time and money paying for a designer. And the cool thing is you can edit all these widgets and change them and get rid of things. So, for example, one thing that I would want to do is I want to put more benefits in here. So this is saying, you know, how you can feel your best. This is actually a decent sample description. It's talking about the benefits. And it's saying you can maintain strength. That's like a more obvious benefit. What I would say is something more specific. I would put this in bullet points so it's easier to read. Have the peace of mind to run around with your grandchildren or kids. Maybe it's kids for people that age, with your children. Have the energy and confidence to have passionate sex with your partner. So that's another benefit, because now your back doesn't hurt, so you can be more intimate with somebody. And you can have the peace of, or the ease of mind to work out without the fear of ending up in a hospital bed. So I'm kind of making it more relatable. You don't always want to be super bland with your descriptions. Kind of make it have some flair, like as if you're talking to a friend. And the other thing is, you want to say the word you a lot, because it's all about what's in it for them. If you talk about what your product does, they won't buy as easily as if you use emotional benefits tailored to somebody. So pretend you're talking to one person. Say like, eliminate 93% of your back pain over 50 simple poses. You know, your children. Have the energy and confidence to have passionate sex with your partner. Have the ease of mind to work out with the fear of ending up in the hospital bed. You know, this one, you don't necessarily need it because we've used it in other spots, but always try to use the word you if you can. And then when you're creating call to action, put the benefit rather than you're getting the guide. You know, eliminate your back pain now. You know, and you could have a sub part of that, but really it's all about the outcome. You know, start living freer, free yourself from back pain, something like that. Free yourself from back pain, from your back pain now, or something. You know, that's very, very specific. It's good to put things like, we'll never share or sell your info, because, you know, we do not spam you. We will not spam you. And then you can also put like satisfaction guaranteed. You always want to put testimonials on here. And I'm going to walk through some of those widgets that you can accomplish some of those things. So all along what I've been doing is I click on these elements and these little boxes come up and there's settings. So you can make things italicized. You can make them underlined. And the reason you want to do that is to draw attention to things. So like, you know, maybe you want 93% to really stand out because you want to make sure they see it. It doesn't look particularly good in this scenario, but you can say it here maybe with this. And you can do strike-throughs, you can do different fonts, different sizes. One thing you want to do is make sure that there's different sizes for your text, so that way you can draw attention to that section a little easier. If they're all the same, it's harder to read. You know, free guide to help you. This free guide will help you eliminate 93% of your back pain with over 50 simple poses. You know, and so that's like a stronger headline. It's more specific. It's more believable because it's like an odd number and it's also just a specific number. If I just said 90% or 100%, like it seems generic. I would make sure you put an image like this, maybe a higher quality one. You can also edit the image and you can upload things, so you can actually set the width and the height. You can optimize the image, and you can say if it's rounded or circular, which is cool. And I actually didn't know you could do the circular thing, so I might do that for like icons of your face or whatever. That looks pretty neat. I like it when it's centered. And you can also put images here. You can get premium images as well. Some of them are paid. Actually, a lot of these, if not all of them, are paid in the premium. Or you can just upload it and you can go to a site like pexels.com and get those images. And then as for the sections, they have so many different sections that make it really easy to add things like testimonials and pricing and all these different things. So like contact us, call to actions, features and services, which you could also do with benefits too. So like you could do this with benefits, and that way it makes it more visual than like a list like this. I really like the testimonial sections because it made it super easy for me to do this. So you can say, you could put in your testimonial section. You might have to change the colors of some of these things. And basically what you can do is you can say things like 99% satisfaction rate, or hear what our customers love about the product. So here, how our customers have eliminated their back pain and freed themselves from suffering, or their suffering. And you want to make this text more readable, center it, make it thin. It's just like a readability design thing. Again, I'm not the best designer, but that's what I've read from copywriting trainings that are all over the place. And you can tell it already looks better just by centering it and doing some of those things. If you're a designer, go for it and do your own thing. But here's where you can put a lot of those testimonials. And so you don't have to do that much work. You just kind of change some colors, put in their names. You could say like, this has changed my life. And there's different sections and different ways to do it. You can put in text and images, logos if you want to put like what companies endorse you or other people who have talked about you and stuff like that. You can also set the page background, page width, favicon, custom CSS. You can do fonts, all that stuff. And then if you want to do tracking, like for remarketing or Google Analytics and some SEO config, you can do that in the page settings. You can also set the language and choose how what your social URLs look like. The analytics, I highly recommend doing that, and I can make another training about that specifically and how to do that with Google Ads, Facebook Ads, whatever ad platform you're using. And then the idea is with these calls to action, what you can do is you can actually set a pop-up. So it says like enter your email. Again, you want to say like free yourself from back pain now. It's all about the benefits. Same thing with a call to action. And so what you can do is customize this. You can say where you want to send people after the fact. So you can actually deliver lead magnets to people within the platform, which is so cool. Most places you can't do that. And you can also set the fields. The less fields, the better, because people don't want to give more effort. And you can send them to a specific page. What I usually do is I send them to another landing page. It's like a thank you page. And I can go into that in more detail in another training. And basically what you have here is a landing page that is designed to convert people. And that's going to be really key to generating more leads. You're really trying to help somebody out. You're trying to help them solve a problem or fall in love with a brand message, whatever it is. I market music, so it's a little different. You're not really solving a problem. You're appealing to an emotional thing. And you can also preview it. So if you click preview, you can look at what it looks like on different devices. So right now, this is what it looks like on desktop. And we were already looking at that in the editor, so this is like the normal view. And if you want to view the site on mobile or tablet because you want to see what people are going to see when they're on their phone or tablet when you do paid traffic and you send them to that, and you want to make sure that it's set up to convert, what you can do is you can click on one of these icons. So if you click on tablet, it's going to allow you to see what it would look like on tablet, and it's going to show you what it would look like on mobile. Now 80% of searches are going to be on mobile, and tablet is a mobile device, so you want to make sure this definitely works on mobile. One of the key things to do on mobile is to make sure that the call to action is above the fold, meaning they can click right now without having to scroll and figure out where the button is or the form, and that just makes it easier for them. The other thing is making images smaller if you have to, or hiding certain sections on mobile that you wouldn't hide on desktop. So what I normally do is I'll actually take a whole section like this, and I will copy it, and I'll paste it below. And this one will actually be designed for mobile specifically. So, I'll maybe make this image smaller or something. Or maybe I'll just get rid of it. Maybe I don't want the image. And then what I can do is I can center this. So I can drag this out, and it looks a little simpler. And I can center this text. And not saying you want to remove images. Images are great. And people are very visual. So I think you should still consider doing that. But it's good to, experiment with different things and see what's converting and just try it out, especially if you're doing paid traffic and you can test it. But then what you can do is you can actually edit the settings, and you can make it so it doesn't show up on a certain spot when you are on a certain device. So what you can do is you can actually go to, I believe it's just settings. It might be like the section settings that I was in. I'll try to find it here. It might take a second though. But you can show like where it shows up. Yeah, so you can go to device specific display. And so maybe I just want to hide this on tablet and desktop, but I want to show it on mobile. And so what's going to happen is the mobile version is going to show something different. And then I want to hide this one on mobile because it's going to be substituted by the one I just created. So now what's going to happen is when I preview this, it's going to show that one that I just created. Whereas if I'm on tablet or desktop, it's going to show that. And now you're creating this cohesive, responsive experience. It's going to allow people to convert easier. And that's really important. The other thing you can do is you can look at this lead meter, and it's going to tell you how to improve your lead generation efforts. So it's going to say how many videos do you have, how many calls to action do you have, what the countdown window is. So if you had a countdown timer, it has a limited amount of time, so it's not like 2 days or something, it's like 2 minutes. And I can show you how to add one of those. Another thing is just making things brief. So one of the things that I always have to work on is making things a lot more brief. So my call to action is more than 24 characters. So what you could say is you could say maybe like free yourself from back pain. And you can see if that solves the problem. And because we have it in 2 spots, you could try to change that. If it's still more than that, you could say, start now, or get the guide now, or download, or something. Now, the thing is, getting the guide now is a pretty bland way to, get people to act. The word now is great because it implies urgency. Or, you could say don't miss out. But I think it is good to put a little bit more in here. You can test both. I'm not going to tell you which one is going to work better because you have to actually see that. But often when you speak more in a personal way and it says like, conquer your back pain now, that's a lot more compelling. The headline's less than 70 characters. So yeah, you just want to make sure the text is broken up. So I think headlines with more than 8 words don't convert as less, but that's not always true. Like if you made it very centered and easy to read, it really explained it. Like I could write this like, 50 poses to get rid of back pain, but that doesn't really show me any proof. There's no credibility. How many poses, am I gonna eliminate it for good, or how much am I gonna get rid of it? So like, this is a much stronger headline because of that. And there's actually tools out there that can help you figure out how good your headline is. But you can use this as a guide and see what your passing checks for. So like the button's readable, it drives action, bullet lists are concise, odd number of bullets. So anytime you have an ability to do an odd number of anything, like a list or a number, if you make it odd for whatever reason, it's more specific, maybe because it seems like you calculated it rather than just ballpark. So like when I say 51 poses, if you made your lead magnet 51 poses, you might actually get more conversions, simply because it's more specific. And you'd have to try that. You'd have to test it by running paid traffic and seeing how it converts. Same thing with testimonials. You could try videos in here. You can add all sorts of different widgets, which you can add like icons, progress bars, a Calendly embed, which is really good if you want to book appointments, which I actually do for my agency. And I have a client where we actually click to that, but it would be nice just to have it right in the page, because then they don't have to leave the page and they can book the call right now. Same thing with social proof. Social proof, anytime you have proof, people love two things. They love emotional connections and proof. If you combine those, your conversions will go through the roof. Like if I just told you, here's 50 poses that will get rid of your back pain. There's no emotions, it's boring. But now I'm saying 93%, it's like, okay, that's more believable. And then I'm saying like eliminate, maybe 93% of your back pain, free yourself from suffering, from your suffering. Now it's like you're going away from that pain point. You're showing somebody that you're actually trying to get them to a better life. And you could say free yourself from the suffering. You're appealing to freedom, which is like an emotional feeling. You can also use HTML to add certain analytic tags, or if you know how to code like I do, you can write your own code in here. Maybe you have certain scripts that like show different things, people who have recently purchased, or you have animations. Don't get too flashy because it might distract people. You can drag forms on here. You can also drag in a video. What I really like about LeadPages is that it's very modular, so they're not just going to let you drop it in and it's going to screw up your mobile design. They're very column-centric, so they're making sure it's going to look good on all devices. And so I put this video here, and you can put like an embed code, which is good. And you can drag buttons, social sharing, all those things. If you do a countdown timer, like for example, it was talking about, having too big of a window. If it's 30 days, that potentially could make it so it's too long, so people don't have any urgency. Like if you have 30 days, you might just come back. But you might have just paid $20 for them to come to your page. So it's like, oh boy, that's not good. So, if we make this 0 days and you have, 2 minutes to sign up, now you got to make a decision. So you have 2 minutes to figure out if this is worth it. And maybe that's too short. Maybe you want to do 5 minutes. But countdown timers, a lot of people think they're unethical if it's not a real deadline. I guess it can be, but it's effective, right? And, it's your choice to do what you want with the countdown timer. I would say make your best judgment call and try to figure out if you need it. Urgency is a great way to sell something, same with scarcity. Like if you say, I only have 100 of these books and I printed them out and here they are and I'm going to give them to you, and they solve this problem, nobody else has solved it, solves 93% of your back pain. They're going to get the book more likely than not, simply because there's not that many of them, so it's exclusive. That's a big reason why gold or anything like super valuable, real estate, when the real estate market's tight, or NFTs, anything like that is popular because there's not that many of them. So keep that in mind as you are looking into this stuff, that you want to go back to psychological triggers. Psychology is the number one reason your page will work or it won't work. It all goes down to copywriting. And you can improve that in a number of ways, and I can show you how to do that in future lessons as well. But this is the gist of LeadPages. It's awesome. I've used Karcher, I've used ClickFunnels, I've used GetResponse, all these different tools, and I really like LeadPages. I really enjoy building with it. It's super easy. They actually give you free marketing help too with a certain subscription, so like you can actually ask for advice on these landing pages, which most people don't get to do that. It's actually really cool. And so what you can do is you can go to your page, and generally there's a button where you can say, hey, can I get advice on this page, which is really neat. And I'll try to find that while I'm looking at this. But in the meantime, if you want to publish and you're ready to publish, you can actually hit publish and it will save your page. It will publish it to the internet, so it's no longer in draft mode. And then you can copy this link and you can test out your funnel. So you can open it up, loads pretty quickly, and it shows your timer. Maybe say like time is limited at the top, and then you can test it out. It's going to collect an email, and then you're good to go. And you want to add a privacy policy, terms and conditions, so you can run on Google and Facebook with ads, and a lot of other platforms require it. And really, at the end of the day, you just want to create something that helps you convert as best as you possibly can. And LeadPage is going to help you do that. So if you go down in the description and you click the button for the offer to use LeadPages for a trial, you can click that and try it out for free, no risk to you. You can learn how to convert better, have more success, more ease of mind, no more jumbling around with tech, and you can actually get real results. And I'll put that in the comment as well. And if you're looking to improve your conversion rate, instead of having a 5% conversion rate or 2 or whatever the average is for the internet, basically it's like between 2 and 5%, and you want to get that up to 20, 25, 30%, whether it's opt-ins or potentially sales. It's usually not that high. It's usually like around 5% if it's really good. Then what you want to do is you want to study the psychology and the crafting of amazing, compelling copy. I'm talking about words, whether it's in a video or in an article or a landing page, that gets people to jump out of their seat, open their eyes wide, and fall in love with you and what you're doing. So you can make tons of more sales. You can sit back and relax and know that you're going to generate conversions. You don't need to pay for an agency. You can just sit back, relax, spend more time with your family and your friends, get back to living your life, and really just being happy and successful, being proud that you're a business owner. And studying copywriting is the best way to do that. And I have an amazing course recommendation for you. If you click the link in the description or the comment below, there's a course I'm going to recommend that is by far the best money I've ever spent on a course. I've spent tons of money, 50 grand on marketing courses. This one was a fraction of that, and it's the best course I've ever taken. It teaches you how to sell and convert people on demand. So I'm talking, you walk in the room or somebody lands on your landing page, and bam, you're going to get them to pull out their wallet and just fall in love with what you're doing, and you're going to change people's lives and change your own at the same time. You're going to make your life so much easier. So you don't want to wait on that. Spots are always being taken up in the courses, so you want to make sure that you act now. Don't wait around. Don't wait for a year and maybe try it later, and maybe I don't need that. I can get conversions. No, you need conversions now because it's costing you money every time that you don't optimize your pages for conversions and sales. You want to sell not like a car salesman that nobody likes, but like a true winner. If you want to be a true winner and proud of your business success and learn how to copyright, click that button, sign up for that course, and it's going to help you make your dreams come true. Hopefully this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. If you like this video, hit that like button so more people can see it. Jump on that subscribe button and slap that notification bell so you don't miss a single video from me on how to make more money online and live a happier life. There's a video right after this one, so stay tuned for that. Peace out for now.